Hello, my bio seniors. Today we are going to just jump into Unit 6. I think the sooner that we can create some sense of normalcy, even if it's virtual normalcy, the better y'all will feel, the better I will feel. So if you do have your bio notebook, this would be a great time to get it out, and you can just take these notes directly as if we were in the classroom. If you don't have your bio notebook, if it's in my classroom, that's totally okay. Just get a blank sheet of paper, or maybe if you have a spare notebook laying around the house, you can create a new bio notebook. But just get something to write with. We're going to do a few quick notes, and then I have a couple activities for y'all to do, and then you will do a final sort of exit ticket for me. So go ahead and set up your notes. Today we're going to talk about Unit 6, Human Physiology. This is the last unit of IB, so you guys are pretty much there. We are almost done. And today we're going to talk about Lesson 6.1, Digestion and Absorption. Basically, we're talking about the digestive system. And then I want you to take a second, you can pause the video if you need, to write down or think about, one, why do we need the digestive system? And two, what does it do? What is its function for our bodies? So go ahead and, sorry y'all, and write that down for me. All right, let's jump right in. So here are our guiding questions for today. First, why do we need digestion? Why do we do digestion? And second, what are the names and functions of the organs in the digestive system? By the end of today, you should also be able to draw a diagram of the digestive system and label it. That is something that you might see on the test, so it's a good thing to know. Why does this matter in this class? We are on topic 6 out of 6. We are almost there. And then lastly, why does it matter in life? This point, you should come up with why it matters in life. Why it's important to digest food. I think everybody, based on when you guys eat all of your snacks in my class, y'all love to eat. So it's important to digest food. I also love to eat. I'm eating a coffee cake that I made at home because now I have so much time to bake, which is nice. Okay, and here is my joke. My weak digestive system, me, spicy food. Hopefully you guys aren't eating too much spicy food when you're stuck with all your family at home. Okay, so this is where you start taking notes. I'm going to make my face go away so you can see this picture better. Oh, well, maybe I'm not. No, I don't want that. Okay, so there are two major groups of organs that make up the human digestive system. The first is called the alimentary canal. This consists of organs through which the food actually passes. So think about when I just take a bite of my coffee cake, what organs it is going to pass through. You probably would already know this if I didn't even tell you. It's going to pass through your mouth and your esophagus, and then it's going to go into your stomach, and then it's going to pass through your small and large intestines, eventually to your colon and out, right? That's the alimentary canal. That's where the food's actually moving and going through. The other set of organs are called the accessory organs. These help with digestion, but they do not actually transfer food, or they don't actually move the food in any way. So examples are salivary glands, the pancreas, the liver, and the gallbladder. I don't know if my face is in the way or not. I can't tell. So the alimentary canal would be this, the esophagus, and then the stomach, and then moving through the small intestine, which is all this purple, and then moving through the large intestine, which is also called the colon, and then moving out through the rectum and the anus. So that's the alimentary canal, whereas the accessory organs are things like the salivary glands here, the liver, the gallbladder, and the pancreas. Cool? Okay, so if you need to pause it to get those notes, pause it to get those notes. Okay, so a little bit more about the human digestive system. There are two types of digestion that happens when you eat food and it has to pass through your body. So it can be digested by a combination of these methods. It basically is always digested by a combination of these methods. Wow, I can't talk today. The first is mechanical digestion. This should make logical sense. When you eat food, you have to break it up mechanically. This is things like chewing. And then the second is chemical digestion. Chemical digestion is when you break that food into its molecular parts so that we can actually break it down for energy and we can actually use it. So before I even show you, I want you to try and do some thinking of what are some examples of mechanical digestion other than chewing, if you can think of a couple, and what might be doing the chemical digestion. We have learned about this thing that does chemical digestion and breaks down things. So maybe you can think of that word for a protein that helps break down other proteins. And then I'll show you. So mechanical digestion, this is when food is physically broken down into smaller fragments through the acts of chewing with your mouth, churning in the stomach. So when your stomach is like grumbling, it's actually physically moving the food. And then segmentation. Segmentation is when your small intestine squeezes the food and it actually breaks down the food. And I have a good image of that from Bio Ninja, which you guys should totally be using Bio Ninja. It's awesome. But here is a picture of, this is that segmentation down here. Let me move me. So if you see, the small intestine is squeezing so that the food breaks into smaller blocks. Okay. So maybe move me up here. And then the second type of digestion is chemical digestion. So chemical digestion is when food is broken down into its molecular parts by the action of chemical agents. And that word I was hoping you remembered are enzymes. So we have to use enzymes to break down food. We also have our stomach acids that are going to help break down food, and then bile as well, which helps to break down food. Oh, sorry about that. So take a couple notes on this. If you need to pause the video, pause it, and then come back here. Let's keep moving on. So the last note that I have for you guys today, so this should be relatively quick and painless, is how food is actually moved. This is just a topic that IB loves to, or like a idea that IB loves to bring up. So food is going to move down the esophagus and also through the stomach and the intestines through this thing called peristalsis. And basically what peristalsis is where smooth muscle is going to contract to move food unidirectionally toward the colon anus by contracting above the food and relaxing below it. That sounds crazy, and it's totally okay if the words don't make sense, but as soon as I show you this video, you'll be like, oh, that's peristalsis. This is what peristalsis looks like. So it's kind of like squeezing toothpaste out. Like you squeeze above the toothpaste to push it down toward your toothbrush. Your esophagus is going to squeeze above the food to push it down toward your stomach. And when you swallow, you can almost kind of visualize this happening, which is pretty crazy. Okay, so that was quick. That is the only notes that you're going to take from me today. And then let me just run through the couple activities that I want you to do. And then you'll be kind of on your own to do these activities. Oh, I forgot. We're actually going to watch this video together first because it's a really, really, really good video. So we're going to watch this first. And then we will talk about the activities. I'm going to get rid of me.
Across the whole planet, humans eat on average between 1 and 2.7 kilograms of food a day. That's over 365 kilograms a year per person, and more than 28,800 kilograms over the course of a lifetime. And every last scrap makes its way through the digestive system. Comprised of 10 organs, covering 9 meters, and containing over 20 specialized cell types, this is one of the most diverse and complicated systems in the human body. Its parts continuously work in unison to fulfill a singular task, transforming the raw materials of your food into the nutrients and energy that keep you alive. Spanning the entire length of your torso, the digestive system has 4 main components. First, there's the gastrointestinal tract, a twisting channel that transports your food and has an internal surface area of between 30 and 40 square meters, enough to cover half a badminton court. Second, there's the pancreas, gallbladder, and liver, a trio of organs that break down food using an array of special juices. Third, the body's enzymes, hormones, nerves, and blood all work together to break down food, modulate the digestive process, and deliver its final products. Finally, there's the mesentery, a large stretch of tissue that supports and positions all your digestive organs in the abdomen, enabling them to do their jobs. The digestive process begins before food even hits your tongue. Anticipating a tasty morsel, glands in your mouth start to pump out saliva. We produce about 1.5 liters of this liquid each day. Once inside your mouth, chewing combines with the sloshing saliva to turn food into a moist lump called the bolus. Enzymes present in the saliva break down any starch. Then your food finds itself at the rim of a 25 centimeter long tube called the esophagus, down which it must plunge to reach the stomach. Nerves in the surrounding esophageal tissue sense the bolus's presence and trigger peristalsis, a series of defined muscular contractions. That propels the food into the stomach, where it's left at the mercy of the muscular stomach walls, which pound the bolus, breaking it into chunks. Hormones secreted by cells in the lining trigger the release of acids and enzyme-rich juices from the stomach wall that start to dissolve the food and break down its proteins. These hormones also alert the pancreas, liver, and gallbladder to produce digestive juices and transfer bile, a yellowish-green liquid that digests fat, in preparation for the next stage. After 3 hours inside the stomach, the once shapely bolus is now a frothy liquid called chyme, and it's ready to move into the small intestine. The liver sends bile to the gallbladder, which secretes it into the first portion of the small intestine, called the duodenum. Here, it dissolves the fats floating in the slurry of chyme so they can be easily digested by the pancreatic and intestinal juices that have leached onto the scene. These enzyme-rich juices break the fat molecules down into fatty acids and glycerol for easier absorption into the body. The enzymes also carry out the final deconstruction of proteins into amino acids and carbohydrates into glucose. This happens in the small intestine's lower regions, the jejunum and ileum, which are coated in millions of tiny projections called villi. These create a huge surface area to maximize molecule absorption and transference into the bloodstream. The blood takes them on the final leg of their journey to feed the body's organs and tissues. But it's not over quite yet. Leftover fiber, water, and dead cells sloughed off during digestion make it into the large intestine, also known as the colon. The body drains out most of the remaining fluid through the intestinal wall. What's left is a soft mass called stool. The colon squeezes this byproduct into a pouch called the rectum, where nerves sense it expanding and tell the body when it's time to expel the waste. The byproducts of digestion exit through the anus, and the food's long journey, typically lasting between 30 and 40 hours, is finally complete. Ted Ed,
Ooh, not what I want. Okay, awesome. That video is really great. So if you get confused while we're doing this sort of work, that video is a great video to go and check out again. Okay, so here are the different activities that I need you to do and that will help you learn some new information. So your first activity is going to be just drawing the human digestive system. And you have two different options of where you're going to get that drawing from. Take a look at both and pick the one that you like best. So you can either use the linked YouTube video that I'm going to have linked on Google Classroom, or you can use the image that I'm also going to have in Google Classroom from BioNinja. And basically, I just want you to, in your notes, practice drawing and annotating the human digestive system. And it's a great diagram to just put directly at the end of your notes. So that's the first activity you're going to do. Draw the human digestive system, annotate it. Make sense? Do that. And if you want, you can pause this and then go do that and then come back. Or you can wait and listen to all the things you're going to do. Second activity you're going to do is you are going to just study the organs of the digestive system. You have to know all 10 organs of the digestive system and what they do. So you're going to use that Quizlet link on Google Classroom and study those organs of the human digestive system. And if you need to write those down, those are also really, really great things to go ahead and put in your notes. That's activity 2. And then when you feel super duper confident about everything that you've done today, you're going to log on to Google Classroom again, and you're going to do the digestive system exit ticket. That's linked on Google Classroom. And here's my second, third, I don't know, joke for the day. My digestive system and Chipotle. Ha ha ha. And then if you need any extra help, if you want to talk about the lessons that we learned today, if you have any questions about the lesson, then you're just going to want to head on to office hours. I'm going to have office hours just for bio from 2 to 3 p.m. today. And we can go over anything you want to go over about this lesson. And that should be super helpful for y'all. So, as a recap, activity 1, draw the human digestive system and annotate it. Activity 2, oh look, can you guys see me? I don't know. Activity 1, draw the human digestive system and annotate it. Activity 2, study the Quizlet for the digestive system organs. And then activity 3, do the exit ticket. Should not take you more than about like 30 minutes. So it's still less time than a real class period. All right, awesome. I look forward to seeing y'all at office hours today. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful Friday. And remember, even at home, try and make today awesome. See y'all later.